and then your job. So go ahead.
I'm 1st Lt Burns, Cody, Burns, Cody. I'm the operations officer for the 44th CST.
Okay, and just one more time.
Is that all done? Sorry.
So name, first name, last name.
Okay, gotcha. I'm 1st Lt Cody Burns, the operations officer for the 44th CST.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And where are you from?
I'm actually from the Kansas City area. Lived in Florida for the last 8 years.
Oh wow. Okay, what brought you to Florida?
My position here at the CST.
Okay, so you were in the Guard up there in Kansas?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So how long have you been doing this whole CST role?
I've been on the CST in various positions for about 8 years.
Oh wow.
On the enlisted side, and then commissioned on the team about 3.5 years.
What was your role on the enlisted side?
I was Air Force Emergency Manager. I was one of the downrange hazmat technicians on the team.
Okay. And so taking a step back, what's like the overall mission of like the CST group collectively?
So the WMD CST is a National Guard mission set that's fielded to all 54 states and territories. What we are is we're a specialized unit that provides a WMD and CBRN capability to civil authorities in our jurisdictions. We can advise, assess, and assist those incident commanders and identify hazards across the CBRN spectrum.
What exactly makes you so special of a unit?
So what sets us apart from most civilian hazmat capabilities is our intense training requirements. Each position on the team has hundreds of hours of specialized training, as well as a suite of advanced equipment, including a mobile lab and a unified command suite that provides a powerful communications capability.
So I know you spend a lot of time training. We're obviously shifting gears, real world pandemic here. What's it like for you and your team to be able to kind of change gears and get into that real world mindset?
So one of the unique parts about the CST is that every day, essentially, at least on a regular basis, we're providing operational support around the state. We're supporting local law enforcement, local fire departments, FBI, WMD coordinators across the state for real-world missions. And so our readiness is at a high state at all times. Obviously, with a known threat, our posture does have to increase, but based on our training and our readiness, we're able to support that fairly easily.
What's your mission today?
So our mission today is to support 2 assisted living facilities in FDM Region 2 by providing them with COVID-19 screens. With COVID-19 testing. So basically what we're doing is we're going to do swab testing on approximately 500 residents and staff at these facilities and turn those over to the Florida Department of Health for testing.
Can you give me a high-level overview of like how this is going to work from an operations standpoint? Your guys are going to roll up, and then how things transition from there.
So currently this morning we've conducted a link up with the facilities managers. From there, our personnel are currently en route to roll in and establish a footprint in the vicinity of the locations. They've broken up into 4-man entry teams. These 4 teams are going to be swabbing patients individually and managing those swabs in both a safe and efficient way to maintain the integrity of the samples. The samples are going to be transported to the lab in Jacksonville for analysis.
So a lab in particular, or a civilian-ran lab, or how's that work?
It's a civilian-ran lab that's owned and operated by the Florida Department of Health.
How are there going to be, what precautions are taken between the patients from, swabbing this patient and then going next door swabbing the next patient? What kind of safety precautions are there?
So our teams are thoroughly trained and spun up in both Florida National Guard and CDC guidelines regarding personal protective equipment that they're wearing, as well as their TTPs as far as decontamination in between each patient and avoiding cross-contamination from patient to patient. That ties directly into the CST's traditional CBRN mission, which is all about aseptic techniques and avoiding cross-contamination of WMD and CBRN hazards.
The word you use, aseptic?
It's called aseptic.
What's that?
It's avoiding contamination.
Okay.
It's avoiding making the problem worse, basically.
So why do we need, or why does the citizens of Florida need a mobile testing site, testing ability?
So the Florida National Guard and jurisdictions around the state have been conducting community-based test sites across the state for several weeks now. And that provides a great capability for persons who are able to get out and go to a site. Mobile test teams are designed for a more vulnerable population set that is less mobile. At these assisted living facilities, these patients, they can't leave most of the time. And so we are going to them in order to assist the facilities in finding out the true spread of the threat in their facilities, as well as providing the public health officials with a better picture of the community's risk posture in FDN Region 2.
What did you say? What region?
FDN, Florida Department of Emergency Management, Region 3, actually, is where we're at now.
What kind of PPE are these soldiers going to be wearing while they are administering these tests?
So the PPE that the teams are wearing is dependent on the role that they're serving on the team. For the actual swabber, they will be in a high level PPE that meets or exceeds the recommended guidelines. They're going to be in a Tyvek paper suit. They're also going to be wearing N95 masks, potentially surgical masks over that with a clear face shield and multiple layers of gloves. Additionally, upon exit of the facility, we're going to conduct a thorough decon of those persons to ensure that we're not spreading contamination outside of the facility.
So I think you mentioned earlier it's broken between the 44th and the 48th. The 44th sounds like they're going to one location, aiming to test 250 to 300 people there. You have 4 teams, 4 people, so essentially 4 68 whiskeys that are doing the testing. Is that all correct?
That is right.
And then, so what's it like from a standpoint? I mean, that can just be a very long day for those 4 individuals, right? So there's going to be like breaks in between, or proper hydrating, stay in those Tyvek suits. So what kind of challenges are you preparing for, or are you?
So safety is obviously it's a very high concern. So at each site we have a healthcare provider in the team's organic physician's assistants. They're going to be overseeing the general safety and then all the medical considerations, some of which you just mentioned, for both the teams and the patients.
That light's not getting in the camera, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just getting my eyes. So I just didn't want the light getting it. You have any other questions? You're terrific, sir. I really appreciate your time. Is there anything else that we didn't ask that you wanted to bring up, or maybe a little hoorah for your soldiers that come in, all the support you got from the Surf P and from
we can address who's assisting us, so we can kind of give them a shout out as well.
Okay. Yeah. So the question is, who's supporting you, and why is it critical that you have all these additional augmentees, work on this mission?
So while these missions are assigned to the 44th CST, we're receiving substantial assistance from the 48th CST, which is located out of Pinellas Park in Florida. Additionally, we have personnel augmentation from the Florida Surf P, and then from all the 68 whiskeys are from the formations across the state. And they're obviously key components of our ability to execute this today.
What's the morale of everyone? Obviously working with new people, with different kind of groups. What's that been like? I know you did training last night, so what's that like so far?
So the level of professionalism since mission receipt, less than 48 hours ago, has been outstanding. The soldiers and airmen that are working with this group have really embraced the mission. They've embraced the real world nature of it and the value that it's going to provide to our public health partners. As far as within the teams, they've been working together great. The training went smoothly, and it really helped the cohesiveness and morale of the personnel in order to facilitate the mission's execution today.
Perfect. Thanks so much, sir. Thank you.